Good morning to one and all. My name is Sai Kiran. I'm pursuing PhD in Chemical Engineering in BITS Pilani, Hyderabad campus. Today I am here to present on a fascinating topic which is contact line oscillation in pattern directed deviating of thin polymer film. This is the outline of the talk. First, I will start the presentation with brief introduction of spontaneous instability and deviating occurring in thin polymer films. Followed, I will explain about the methodology of spin coating to create thin films, deviating of thin films, and calculations that are done. Next, I will discuss some results that we obtained to analyze the late stage deviating on flat and pattern substrates, followed by conclusion. Coming to the introduction, thin films are coatings mainly made with polymers with micro or nanoscale structures have multiple applications, and they have been applied in many areas like data storage devices, anti-reflection coatings, energy harvesting devices, and so on. And also in many areas this can and also applied in many areas because of their surface structures. Therefore, fabrication of such surface structures, particularly with multi-component systems and over large areas, can be challenging. In this regard, spontaneous instability in thin polymer films can be utilized as a direct route to create micro and nanoscale. Let's put some light on the physics behind spontaneous instability in thin polymer films. Spontaneous instability is typically observed in thin films of thickness less than 100 nanometers. Why thin films? Because on the surface of thin films, we'll see some high frequency and low amplitude fluctuations, and therefore these fluctuations for a thin film of thickness less than 100 nanometers show some instability. If we consider one such fluctuation as sinusoidal, and there are particles of liquid at point P1 and P2, and the pressure at point P1, because of the nature curve, the pressure at point P1 is higher as compared to the point P2. Due to this pressure difference, the liquid will tend to flow and eventually gets flattened out if the surface tension forces are dominating. In contrast, if there is a strong van-der-Waal interaction between liquid and the substrate, the particle at point P2 is pulled down and causing the amplitude of this fluctuation to grow, and if this disjoining pressure further increases, the film will rupture and leads to the formation of a hole at three-phase contact line, and this formation and this phenomena is termed as deviating. So this tells that the though deviating is detrimental, it can be used as a fabrication technique to create micro and nanoscale structures. Although the deviating can is observed uh, in any liquids, but the advantage of a polymers is we can stop the process at any stage and can freeze the structures to understand the different stages of deviating. And the other advantage of polymers is not only by thermal annealing, we can deviate the polymers by exposing the polymers to vapors of a good solvent. Coming to debating on pattern substrates, to fabricate ordered array of polymeric structures, debating is carried out on pattern substrates. Spin coating on topographically patterned substrates itself is an interesting area because based on the concentration of solutions, we can create different kind of structures. For example, in this paper, if we coat a low concentration solution on the pattern substrate, it will lead to the formation of ordered array of droplets, and this phenomenon is termed as spin deviating. Now, if we got a high concentration solution, we seek thicker films, thicker and continuous films based on the increasing concentration of the solution. The deviating of thick continuous films on pattern substrates can be achieved by thermal annealing and solvent vapor exposure, resulting in bigger droplets sitting on multiple turbines. Now we are interested in how the deviating on pattern substrate is done using solvent vapor exposure. Coming to methodology, the methodology for preparation of films, pattern substrates, and deviating is explained as follows. In step 1, glass slide glass substrate is cut into 15 into 50 mm size and cleaned according to RCA cleaning protocol. In the next step, diluted PDMS was prepared by mixing Siligard 184 with solvent NX in the ratio of 10:1 to make a 10% solution. In next step, the prepared PDMS solution of 60 microliter is coated on the glass substrate using spin coater at 2500 rpm. In step 4, pattern substrate was fabricated by replicating a grating master pattern using capillary force lithography. In step 5, polystyrene film was prepared by coating 60 microliter of prepared polystyrene solution using spin coater on flattened pattern substrate at 2500 rpm. In step 6, devetting of polystyrene film is conducted, exposing the film to vapors of toluene in an enclosed chamber. And next, the process of dewetting was captured by in situ imaging using optical microscope. Coming to results and discussions, to understand the phenomena of dewetting, first I have dewetted the polystyrene film of concentration 1.5% on flat PDMS substrate. This is the aspect of the film. After 5 minutes of exposure, we observed the hole formation, and after the 10 minutes of exposure, the holes grow and coalesce and form rim kind of structures called threads, and these threads break down due to relative instability and finally form droplets. But we didn't stop here. To analyze the let's say debating in the presence of solvent, we picked up one particular location and tracked it under microscope, and we observed that once the drops become when the drops coalesce and become bigger, the drop shape remain intact with no change in morphology on further exposure of solvent. Next, the debating is carried out on pattern substrates. When on pattern substrates, upon exposure to solvent, we observe some undulations, but these undulations are vanished with the formation of holes. Now the interesting thing is these holes grow and align along the direction of the pattern. During this step, some neighboring holes merge, leaving a lump of polymer, and this lump of polymer grow and form bigger droplets, which sits on multiple stripes. Now, to see what happens if these bigger drops are exposed to vapors of solvent in the late stage dewetting. When exposed to vapors of solvent, the solvent molecules penetrate through the polymer, and it starts to elongate in the direction of the pattern. And when the solvent exposure is stopped due to evaporation of the solvent, the drops become spherical. That is, in the presence of solvent, the drops are elongating elliptically in the direction of the pattern due to the capillary action, and in the absence of solvent due to evaporation, the drops are becoming spherical, which is due to the surface tension force. To put this in other way, when the solvent saturation concentration is high in the solvent chamber, the drops are elongating in the direction of pattern, and when the solvent saturation concentration is low, the drops are becoming spherical. Therefore, on pattern substrates in the late stage dewetting, we observed a unique transition of drop shape from isotropic to anisotropic in a repeatable fashion depending upon the solvent concentration in the the mechanism of solvent paper dewetting is commented based on few theoretical calculations. When the polymer is exposed to solvent, the solvent molecules penetrate through the polymer and reducing its glass transfer temperature below the room temperature. And the reduced glass transfer temperature can be calculated using Flory-Fox equation, and it is found to be minus 17.8 degrees Celsius, and the extent of viscosity reduction is calculated using Martin equation, and it is found to be 9.28 into 10 power 6 Pascal seconds. But we know that in solvent vapor exposure, the dewetting completes in few minutes, and we generally assume that this faster dynamics is due to the reduction in viscosity of the polymer by solvent uptake. But the polystyrene viscosity reduction by thermal annealing at 160 degrees Celsius is 2.77 into 10 power 7 Pascal seconds. So, and it's observed that there is no much difference in reduction in viscosity of polymer by solvent vapor exposure and thermal annealing. This confirms that the reduction in viscosity of that the faster dynamics in solid vapor exposure is not due to the reduction in viscosity of the polymer. Then they try to explore the other possibilities to find out the reason for fast dynamics in solid vapor exposure, and they have observed that the time required for the solvent concentration to become maximum on the substrate is very less. That is, in a blink of eye, the solvent is penetrating through the film and reaching the substrate, which is and which is also obtained from Fick's law of diffusion, which is found to be zero point 0.3 and 6.3 seconds. Once it is become evident that the film that the solvent is penetrating through the film, and before the film rupture, it is uh, it is important to understand that whether the substrate is covered by polymer or the solvent. So this can be estimated from a replacement spreading coefficient, and the replacement spreading coefficient for the solvent is found to be 20.54 millijoules per meter square. That means that the solvent is spreading the substrate. Therefore, it can be confirmed that the debating that is occurring in solid vapor exposure is actually the almost is actually an debating of an pure solvent debating of pure solvent on substrate which is covered by the polymer uh, uh, floating in solvent in swollen or dissolved state. Next, the with the reducing height of the pattern, we observed that the effect of drop elongation is vanished. From this control experiment, we can confirm that the drop shape is continuously changing from isotropic to anisotropic, which causes the contact line oscillation due to contact line oscillation dynamics, which is essentially due to the capillary action that is causing the drop to elongate, and versus the surface tension forces which making the drop spherical. With this, I would like to conclude that the debating mechanism on pattern and flat surfaces are different. In late stage debating, depending on concentration of solvent vapor in the chamber, the drop shape is changed from isotropic to anisotropic in a repeatable manner. Drop undulations are observed only in the case of solvent vapor exposure, because in case of solvent vapor exposure, the solvent penetrates through the polymer and spread the surface, which is not possible in the case of thermal annealing. With reduced and also with the reduced pattern height, the effect of drop elongation is vanished. So is the case with flat surfaces. These are some key differences, and I would like to acknowledge Department of Chemical Engineering and the Central Analytical Facility at BITS Pilani Hyderabad campus, and I would also like to thank Professor Ravivrata Mukherjee for helping me with AFM lab at IIT Kharagpur. Thank you.